Hi gang, welcome to our Westside Wellbeing at 1 o'clock. It's our Wednesday session for yoga and we're doing this in two parts today. So we're going to do half an hour of a standing session. So you can do this anywhere. You don't need a mat, you don't need to be in yoga clothes. And then we're going to do 15 minutes of a meditation practice. That'll have some breathing, some meditation techniques. And again, you can do that whenever you like as well. You don't have to specifically be in any type of clothing. It's a nice one to mark a change of the day or to calm down before bed or anything like that. But this one, we're going to do a standing yoga practice. And like I said, you can do this in half an hour if you've got it in the office. Grab some colleagues around, take over a meeting room. You can do it standing up. And yeah. With that in mind, as always, remember, don't do anything that feels uncomfortable or painful or makes you hold your breath or do this with your face. We don't want any of that. So always just find your way back to a position that feels comfortable where you can breathe. And we will start with our feet in hip distance. And I just invite you to have a little shake. Shake out through the arms, shake out through the fingers, the hands, the wrists, bend through the knees, the ankles, maybe even get a little hip roll in. Move as much or as little as you like. You can get your head involved, your shoulders. It's just this invitation to literally shake off the day that you've been having. Maybe you're doing this in the morning and you're shaking off your night's sleep. We carry so much in our bodies. This is just your invitation to shake and let it go. And so, once you've had your little shake, moved in the way you need to move, come to stillness. And use this opportunity in stillness just to really pay attention. Maybe for the first time today, pay attention to how you're feeling. Not what your brain tells you you're feeling. But see if you can find out from your body. Where do you feel good? Where are you carrying a bit of tension? And then see if you can take your awareness to your mind. What are you carrying there that you can let go of just in the same way that we just did with our bodies? Just shake it out. Whether it's something in the past, something you're imagining about the future, just let it go. It can help to close your eyes. And it can help to start to breathe a little more deeply. Maybe take an inhale through the nose. And an exhale through the nose. Each inhale a little deeper. And each exhale a little longer. Awesome stillness, guys. On an exhale, just let the chin drop towards the chest and then inhale, roll one ear to one shoulder and then let the chin drop back to the chest. Roll the ear to the other shoulder and let the chin drop back to the chest. And you're just going to keep moving the head like this, waking up into the neck. Try and move with the breath, nice and slow, mindful, considered movements. Excellent. Bring the chin back to the chest, letting the head come all the way back up. And you can start to circle around into your shoulders. Nice big shoulder rolls. Let the shoulders come up towards the ears and then release them down. You can get your chest involved if you want. Squeezing the shoulder blades together behind you. Nice. Rolling back the other way. Notice anything that your shoulders are telling you. And then just let them relax. We'll inhale, take the arms nice and wide. Keep the shoulders soft. Let the hands come together above the head. Gaze goes up. As you exhale, hands come all the way down. Couple more times like this. Inhaling, shoulders nice and wide, arms wide, gaze goes up. Exhaling. One more, inhaling. And exhaling. Lovely, let the arms feel heavy. Relaxing beside you. If it feels comfortable for you, you can step your feet together. And if you notice that you stick your bum out with your normal standing posture, it might indicate that you're a little tight in your hip flexors. So see if you can deliberately start to tuck the tailbone under so the back feels a little flatter. There's not such a big dip in the lower back. We will, from here, float the arms up above the head and interlace the thumbs. Spread the fingers nice and wide. You're making what we call a butterfly grip. As you exhale, reach up and over to one side. It doesn't matter which side. As you inhale, come up. And as you exhale, reach up and over to the other side. Inhaling to come up. Every exhale you fold, and every inhale you reach up. Excellent. One more to each side. Lovely. Let the hands float all the way down. Bring the fingertips to point down. Hands to the lower back. Step your feet to hip distance. Squeeze your shoulder blades, your elbows towards each other and start to push your hips forwards. Try not to collapse into the lower back. Think about lifting the chest up. Have a sense that the tailbone is tucking under still. It's the chest that's opening. You might be able to take your gaze up to the ceiling. Maybe start to trace your gaze along the ceiling. Gaze goes back behind you. But if you feel you're collapsing into the lower back, lift up through the chest. Maybe come a little higher. Excellent. Inhale to come all the way up. Flip your hands to your hips. Have a softness in your knees. And as you exhale, we will fold. Let the belly come down towards the thighs. And then release the head. Release the arms. We come into our ragdoll. So you could nod, you could sway. Feel any tension from the head, neck and shoulders melting. If this is feeling it in your hamstrings, just bend your knees more. I can do a little time check for us while I'm down here. Excellent. Release the hands down. As you inhale, we're going to roll up the spine. Rolling. One vertebrae at a time. Until the head is the very last thing to come all the way up. Now you can do the next bit with your feet at hip distance or together. It's your choice. Maybe do one way, one the other. See what you prefer. We're going to put together some of those postures that we've just been doing, some of those movements. So let's inhale, sweep the arms forwards and up. Gaze goes up. And as you exhale, bend into the knees. Reach and fold all the way forwards. Hands come down to the floor. Bend the knees as much as you need to. But as you inhale, we're going to try and lift up halfway. Exhale, hands come back to the floor, bend those knees. And as you inhale, we take the arms wide, fill up the lungs, gaze goes up. Exhale, hands come down. Lovely. Inhale, sweep the arms forwards and up, gaze goes up. Exhale, reach and fold, hands come down. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale, hands to the floor, bend the knees. Inhale, take the arms wide, fill up the lungs, gaze goes up. Exhale, hands come down. We've got 3 more like this. It's a nice flow. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling, hands to floor. Inhaling, take the arms wide, gaze goes up. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale, hands come down. Inhale, coming up, arms wide, gaze goes up. Exhaling. Excellent. 1 more. Folding as you exhale. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, take the arms wide, fill up the lungs, gaze goes up. Exhaling, arms come back down, hands released by your hips. Just breathe. Notice how you're feeling. Notice where your mind is taking you. Bring your focus to your breath. Excellent. So from here, step your feet to hip distance. Turn. I'm on a mat, so I'm turning to face the short edge of your mat. You don't need to be on a mat, that's fine. We're going to step back with the right leg. And we want to come into a lunge. So the back heel will be lifted. And we want to make sure the front knee doesn't go past the front ankle. If that feels like it's happening for you, just take the foot further forwards. And then bring the hands to the hips. And we let the hips sink down. We really want to feel an opening into our hip flexor on the right leg. So if you're not feeling anything, try and tuck the tailbone under a little bit, and that's going to stretch out into this hip flexor. Lovely. Now, from here, inhale to straighten both legs. Turn your hips. For me, I'm turning to the side of my mat, so I have a mat as the reference. We're going to bend into the leg that was at the back and keep the front leg straight. So we're in a side lunge. Push those hips back behind you. Hold here. Inhaling to come up. Turn back into your lunge. We're going to make this into a flow. So just 1 breath. Inhale to come up. Turn back to the side. Side lunge as you exhale. Inhale to come up. Turn back to your front lunge. Inhaling. Side lunge. Inhaling. Exhaling, front lunge. Inhaling, side lunge. Inhaling to come up. Exhaling, front lunge. Inhaling. Find your side lunge as you exhale. And then come up to standing. Excellent. Keep your feet nice and wide. In fact, you can go wider if you like. Hands to the hips. We take the gaze up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, fold. Fold enough just to feel the stretch into your hamstrings. And then we're going to let the hands come all the way down to the mat. If this is not feeling good for your hamstrings, just bend your knees or take your feet wider apart. Bring your left hand underneath the face, and as you inhale, start to twist and open the chest. Right arm reaches up. Exhale, hand comes down. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more to each side. Lovely. Bend into those knees, bring the hands back to the hips, push down through the feet as you come all the way up. Now we need to do that lunge sequence on the other side. So I'm just going to turn around. So now I'm facing the back of my mat. I've got a nice bend in the opposite leg. So my right leg is now forwards, my left leg is back, and we'll find that lengthening in the left hip flexor. Hands on the hips. Back heel is lifted and the front knee is in line with that front ankle. Lovely. Turning to the side. Find that side lunge. Push the hips backwards. And we do our flow. Inhale to come up. Find your front lunge. Inhaling. Exhale, side lunge. Inhaling. Exhale, front lunge. Inhaling. Exhale, side. Inhaling to front lunge. Inhaling to side lunge. Inhaling to front lunge. Inhaling to side lunge. And as you inhale, we stop here. We take the feet wider, second wide leg forward fold. Bring your hands together behind your back this time. Squeeze the heels of the hands together. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Take the gaze up. And as you exhale, start to fold. Fist comes up and over the head. You can bend the knees if you need to. Lovely. As you inhale, use that fist to pull you all the way up to standing. Lovely. Release the hands. Heel toe your feet all the way back to center. Notice how you're feeling. And then we'll take a few balances. So I've got a chair here, so if I need it, I can balance using the chair. Have a go. See how you feel. If you need anything to lean on, lean on. That is totally fine. We're going to have our feet at hip distance, hands to the hips. Take the weight into your left leg and start to lift the right leg up. We're going to go right angles with the ankle, the knee and the hip. And we'll stand up as tall as we possibly can. You could keep your hands on your hips, or if you're feeling confident here, raise the arms up. As you exhale, release the leg, release the arms. Excellent. Same thing on the other side. Start. Firm base. Take the weight into the right leg. Hands are on the hips. You can start to lift the left thigh, bending at the hip, the knee and the ankle joint. Try not to lean over onto your right side. Stand as tall as you can. Maybe you've got that option to release the arms up above the head. And we release the arms, we release the leg. Nice work. Just breathe. Now the balance, we come into tree pose. Don't forget, you can lean on anything you need to. If you are doing the office and you've got shoes on, that's fine. You just might want to take this first option of tree. We'll bring the left foot to the inside of the ankle. If you want to, you could bring the leg up to the inner shin or to the inner thigh. Just make sure you're not pushing on the side of the knee. Have the tailbone tucked under like we talked about before, and have hands come to prayer. Excellent. Awesome. Focus. Let's release. Come on to the other side. Right foot can come to the side of the ankle, the floor, inner shin, inner thigh, not pushing on the side of the knee. Hands to prayer. Awesome. Focus. Release the foot. Release the hands. Shake it all out. Finding your way to have a little bit of balance, because we're going to lift up one leg, it doesn't matter which, and we're going to start to circle into the ankle. You can circle one way, you can circle back the other way. If you don't need the balance, fine. It just can be harder when we're moving deliberately. We really just want to release into that ankle joint. Excellent. Same thing on the other side. Nice. Releasing the foot. Finding your way to stillness. We're going to come into our yogi squat. So step the feet wide to the width of your mat. Let the toes turn out on a 45-degree angle. If you're not on a mat, then the feet are just a little wider than your hips. And we start to bend the knees. And we're working with how our hips are feeling. So maybe you come to about here, that's fine. Maybe you can release the elbows to the thighs. Maybe fingertips come to the floor. Maybe you can start to let the hips come even lower. Wherever you get to, we're just going to start to take the weight from one foot to the other, maybe lifting the heel. I want to get this sense that we're helping our hips to open up. So maybe if the hips are higher, there's a little lean, a little pressure of your forearm to the thigh. If your hips are lower, you could lift the whole heel. And then find your way to stillness. Heels come down. Wherever those hips are, find your way to stillness. Doesn't matter if they're high. Take a few breaths. Lovely. Release the hands down. Heel toe your feet to hip distance, and we're going to hang here. So we're back in that ragdoll position, bending the knees as much as you need to. Maybe hands grab hold of opposite elbows. You can nod, you can sway. Release the hands down, push down into the feet as you inhale, start to roll all the way up to standing. Taking your time. Your head is the last thing to come up. Connect to your breath, in and out through the nose. So we're working with my favorite energizing breath next. It's called Breath of Joy. I'm going to give you a demo. You've got options. So we will inhale, arms up. Inhale, arms out. Inhale, arms up. And as you exhale, you bend the knees, you fold forwards, and you release everything through the mouth with a big So we inhale, 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 inhale. So don't start just yet. Option for you, if you don't want to do the forward fold, you can inhale, inhale, inhale. Just bring the arms down. Inhale, inhale, inhale. So you've got two options at least, but you can vary it up however it feels best for you. We will start by just taking 2 normal breaths. In through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose and out through the nose. And then let's give it a go. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Inhale, inhale, inhale. 5 more. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Inhale, inhale, inhale. 2 more. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Last one. Lovely. Find your way back up to standing. Just let everything settle. Let the body settle, let the mind settle, let the breath settle. Just keeping eye on the time for us as we move into our stillness. Try and bring the mindful breath back to being in through the nose and out through the nose. And let your senses slow down. Let your breathing slow down. If your mind offers you different thoughts and things to think about, just bring it back to the breath. And know that whenever your mind gets trapped into a particular thinking spiral, if you get highly energized or anxious, you can always control it with your breath. You can calm your whole body and your whole mind. you can start to think about taking a deeper inhale and a deeper, longer exhale. As you inhale, inspire life into your body, wiggling fingers, wiggling toes. Exhale to rotate into wrists, maybe bend into the knees, soften into the ankles, maybe roll through the hips, maybe release into the neck and the head. On the next inhale, reach the arms up above the head. Find your way into a full body stretch. And then release the arms back down beside you. Step the feet together. Take this moment to notice anything, everything that might have changed for you over the course of your practice. And I extend a massive thank you for sharing your incredible energy with me today. Thank you for joining our Westside Wellbeing at 1 yoga session. Let us know in the comments any feedback. Please like if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to get more of our content. And we are here every Wednesday at 1, yoga, Pilates, circuits and Tabata. And following on from this one, we have got a 15-minute meditation, again, one you can do anywhere. You don't need any special equipment. So hopefully we'll have you back with us soon. Namaste.